to start back being cool. So she went,
but you know what, Scrap? I will tell you this. You're wrong because you was flirting with her for a very long time.
You said I was flirting with her?
why was that wrong?
Show it.
Don't flirt with the ops. Don't flirt with the friends. Don't flirt with the people in the circle.
I just want everybody to know.
The entertainment world has been shaken to its core as shocking news spreads. Lil Scrappy's suicide attempt has left fans, friends, and even industry rivals in disbelief. But what truly sent the internet into a frenzy was Bambi's reaction. The moment she broke her silence, speculation. Not everyone was convinced by Bambi's response. Scrappy's ex-fiancée Erica Dixon, who shares a child with him, wasn't buying it. People want to act like they care when the cameras are rolling. She subtly shaded in a cryptic tweet. The Palmer tension between Bambi and Erica had always been there, but now it was bubbling to the surface in the most public way possible. Fans immediately began picking sides, with some defending Bambi and others accusing her of playing the victim. But just when the internet thought they had the full story, a shocking new twist emerged. Scrappy's close friend and fellow rapper, Young Jock, stepped into the conversation, hinting that there was way more to this drama than people knew. Meanwhile, inside the hospital, Scrappy finally woke up. His first words sent shockwaves through the room. "Where's Bambi?" Mama D hesitated. She knew how deep his pain ran, but was Bambi really the answer? Before she could respond, Scrappy's childhood friend Lil Bankhead, who had been sitting by his side, whispered, "Bro, you gotta stop chasing ghosts." When Scrappy finally got a chance to speak to Bambi, it wasn't the reunion the internet had imagined. "Why weren't you there?" he asked, his voice hoarse. Bambi, fighting back tears, responded, "I was, Scrappy, just not in the way you wanted me to be." The room fell into a heavy silence. Across town, Scrappy's cousin Darius, who had always been protective of him, was furious over what had happened. "Man, Bambi knew what she was doing. She played him like a damn game, and now she want to act innocent?" He ranted on Instagram Live, adding fuel to an already raging fire. As Scrappy began his long road to recovery, new whispers started to circulate. Sources inside the industry claimed that Bambi had already moved on, not just emotionally but romantically. A mystery man had been spotted with her on multiple occasions, sparking rumors that she had been quietly dating someone new. And then came the ultimate twist. The mystery man was none other than a close friend of Scrappy's. The betrayal was too much to handle. The streets started buzzing when a photo surfaced of Bambi at an upscale restaurant in Atlanta with none other than Shooter Gates, a rapper and longtime collaborator of Scrappy. While some insisted it was just a friendly dinner, others weren't so sure. Scrappy's inner circle began turning against Bambi. His longtime producer, Stevie J, posted a cryptic message. "Some people will say they love you and still watch you drown." Even Scrappy's sister, Jasmine, spoke out. She knew exactly what she was doing, she said in an interview. She could have stopped this, but she didn't. The situation got even messier when Mama D, never one to hold back, went on Instagram Live and straight up called Bambi a liar. "Y'all want to know the truth? That girl was done with my son long before he hit rock bottom. She ain't fooling me and she shouldn't be fooling y'all either." Bambi wasn't staying silent anymore. She clapped back. "At some point, people need to take responsibility for their own choices," she wrote in an emotional post. I'm not the villain in this story." But just when it seemed like she was done speaking, she dropped another bombshell in a follow-up post saying, "The real story ain't out yet, but it will be." Fans went wild with speculation. What did she mean? Was there another layer to this drama that nobody knew about? And then, as if this situation wasn't chaotic enough, a former member of Scrappy's entourage, Rico the Truth Harris, came forward with an exclusive interview, claiming Scrappy had been struggling for years. "This ain't new. Scrappy been fighting demons way before Bambi came along. Everybody want to blame her, but the man been dealing with his own struggles. People just didn't want to see it." His words sent shockwaves through the fan base. Was Bambi really as guilty as people were making her out to be? Or was Scrappy's downfall something that had been a long time coming? Now the question remains, will Scrappy's near-tragic moment be the turning point that brings him back stronger? Or is this just the beginning of an even darker chapter? And as for Bambi, Is she really the heartbroken ex or the cold-hearted woman the internet is painting her to be? With emotions at an all-time high, one thing is for sure. This story is far from over. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Bambi have done more? Is the music industry to blame? Or is this just another case of love turned toxic? Stay tuned for all the latest updates on this explosive celebrity drama. And then, as if this situation wasn't chaotic enough, a former member of Scrappy's entourage, Rico "The Truth" Harris, came forward with an exclusive interview, claiming Scrappy had been struggling for years. This ain't new. Scrappy been fighting demons way before Bambi came along. Everybody want to blame her, but the man been dealing with his own struggles. People just didn't want to see it. His words sent shockwaves through the fan base. Was Bambi really as guilty as people were making her out to be? Or was Scrappy's downfall something that had been a long time coming? But just as the conversation started shifting in a new direction, another voice entered the mix. Scrappy's ex-manager and former close friend Marcus "Big M" Mitchell. Big M, who had worked with Scrappy since his early career, had remained silent until now. But in a surprise interview on a popular podcast, he didn't hold back. Look, I love Scrappy, but the truth is, he's been surrounded by the wrong people for too long. Everybody in his circle either used him or enabled him. I tried to get him to cut ties with some of these so-called homies, but he never listened. This ain't about Bambi or Erica or any woman in his life. This is about the people he called family, who never really had his back. His words cut deep, and fans started questioning if Scrappy's downfall was less about his love life and more about his toxic environment. But just when it seemed like things couldn't get any messier, another bombshell dropped. An anonymous source from within the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta production team claimed that Scrappy and Bambi's breakup wasn't as straightforward as it seemed. What y'all saw on TV was only a fraction of what really went down. There were nights of screaming matches, broken trust, and things that never made it to air. Bambi had her reasons for leaving, and Scrappy had his reasons for breaking down. The truth is, neither of them was innocent in this situation. The internet exploded with speculation. Had producers covered up the real drama between Scrappy and Bambi? Were there deeper issues that had been kept under wraps? Things took an even darker turn when an old friend of Bambi's, socialite and entrepreneur Kira Lane, came forward with shocking claims. Bambi was miserable. People think she walked away from a happy home, but she was dealing with things y'all don't even know about. I ain't saying too much, but let's just say there's a reason she didn't run back when Scrappy called. Suddenly, the narrative flipped. Was Bambi truly the villain in this story? Or was she protecting herself from something more sinister? Scrappy's camp quickly clapped back. His longtime friend and fellow rapper, Trill D, shut down the speculation in an Instagram live. Man, y'all gotta stop with this. Scrappy ain't no villain, and he damn sure ain't no monster. That man loved Bambi more than anything, and he lost himself trying to keep her happy. Now that he's at his lowest, everybody want to come out with inside information? Where was all this concern when he was drowning? And just when the dust was starting to settle, another unexpected name entered the drama. Diamond, Scrappy's ex-girlfriend from years ago. The moment she caught wind of the controversy, she dropped a cryptic tweet that sent fans into a frenzy. History repeats itself. Fans immediately started digging up old footage of Diamond and Scrappy's tumultuous past, pointing out eerie similarities between their breakup and his split from Bambi. Some even speculated that Scrappy had a pattern of self-destruction in relationships, falling hard, losing himself, and then spiraling when things ended. Now the question remains, was Scrappy's near-tragic moment a wake-up call? Or is this just the beginning of an even darker chapter? And as for Bambi, is she truly the heartbroken ex? Or is there an even bigger story waiting to be told? With emotions at an all-time high and more people stepping forward every day, one thing is for sure. This saga is far from over. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Bambi being unfairly blamed? Is Scrappy a victim of his own demons? Or is the truth somewhere in between? Stay tuned for all the latest updates on this explosive celebrity drama. Now the question remains, was Scrappy's near-tragic moment a wake-up call? Or is this just the beginning of an even darker chapter? And as for Bambi, is she truly the heartbroken ex, or is there an even bigger story waiting to be told? With emotions at an all-time high and more people stepping forward every day, one thing is for sure. This saga is far from over. Just when it seemed like the controversy was settling, yet another voice entered the conversation. Scrappy's estranged cousin Malik Stax Carter, a former rapper turned entrepreneur who had been distant from the family for years. In a surprise appearance on a popular hip-hop podcast, he did not hold back. "Man, y'all acting like Scrappy just started having problems. This been going on since before love and hip-hop. He got trust issues, money issues, and too many fake people around him. Bambi ain't innocent, but Scrappy gotta take some responsibility too. He let himself get played over and over." His words added yet another layer to the already messy and complicated situation. And then came an even bigger shock. Scrappy's longtime stylist and former confidant, Tasha Monet, broke her silence. "Listen, I was there through it all. Y'all think this is just about a breakup? No. Scrappy been dealing with the pressure of staying relevant in the industry, family drama, and financial stress. He ain't just heartbroken. He's exhausted." She hinted that Scrappy had been dealing with secret financial issues, with some suggesting that unpaid debts and bad business deals